The following program may contain coarse language, violence, nudity, mature subject matter, or scenes which may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Welcome back to the X-Zone, everyone. This is Rob McConnell. We're coming to you from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Worldwide toll-free, 800-610-7035. Our email address, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On MSN Messenger and all the other social media networks, X-Zone Radio TV. And our main website is www.xzoneradiotv.com. My guest this hour is Gabriella von Elekes. She is an astrologer. She's a multi-lingual astrologer, teacher, and public speaker born in Transylvania, who inherited her passion for metaphysical matters from her grandmother. After graduating from high school, she moved to Hungary to be with her father, earning a master's degree in French language and literature. She began her career in the international import-export business, and at 25 years old, she was offered a high-security clearance government position. She didn't agree with the communist regime and defected to Germany instead, where she met and married a fellow Hungarian and then moved to the United States. Later, Gabriella and her husband lived in the Orient and traveled all over the world, and life appeared to be perfect. Love, money, success, and status. It was all there. Gabriella became a mid-level executive with a cosmetic company, working her way up to become an executive. Just when she was about to make it, somebody else got to live her dream. A pattern was emerging. Every time Gabriella got closer to becoming an executive or a person with power, the opportunity was taken away. She began searching for answers. By chance, she literally ran into a professional astrologer who helped Gabriella clarify her soul's position and purpose and showed her that she was barking up the wrong tree. Her soul's mission was to become an astrologer. In 2000, she moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, and studied astrology at the Astrological Institute, graduating in 2002. She began teaching at the Institute in the fall of 2002. By 2004, she was president of the Arizona Society of Astrologers, had a TV show on Channel 3 in Phoenix, helped introduce Stephen Fort's book, The Inner Sky, to the Romanian public, and wrote the foreword to the Romanian translation. She was a staff writer for the EZnetNews in Scottsdale, Arizona as well. Now, as a result, Gabriella has helped countless people in their quest for inner peace, understanding the difficulties in their lives, be it in relationships, private or business, inner turmoil, starting a business, finding the best place to live, or in understanding their children. Joining me now from Scottsdale, Arizona, is Gabriella von Elekes. And Gabriella, thank you very much for joining us in the X-Zone. Welcome.
Hi, thank you very much. I do have to clarify that I moved to Long Island, so I live in Long Island these days.
Oh, you live in Long Island now? Okay,
yes,
great.
Too hot in Arizona. Too hot.
Too hot, eh? Did you ever think when you were growing up that you would be a master astrologer?
No, I thought only cuckoo people do that, and actually I didn't know there were astrologers alive. I thought, they all died a long time ago, but I was always interested in metaphysical things, and my grandmother would always talk about karma and fate,
Right.
and thinking back, actually I don't know what I was thinking about, but it all made sense to me at the time. And I was always watching for patterns, and later on I discovered that I was thinking like an astrologer.
So fate and destiny had already mapped your journey to becoming an astrologer.
It sure seems so, because when I started studying it, it was like I knew it. It didn't mean that I didn't study a lot, but it kind of turned out that I'm a natural at it.
Wow. You and I have to take a 2-minute commercial break, Gabriella. Please stand by. Great having you with us. Thank you for taking time out of your night in Long Island to be
Thank
here.
you.
Exonation, this hour is all about astrology. And we're going to be joining Gabriella back in a few moments. When we come back from this commercial break, I would just like to remind everyone that the X-Chronicles newspaper for September hits the newsstands this coming week, and we're also taking ads for the October edition of the X-Chronicles. And if you'd like to have your service, your book, whatever, advertised in the X-Chronicles, send an email to publisher@xchronicles-newspaper.com or send it to me, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com, and I'll make sure the fine people on the other side of the building in the X-Chronicles part gets your email and they get right back to you. The X Zone, a place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard, Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. Eastern until 2 a.m. Eastern, right here from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't go away. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Modern Esoteric, Beyond Our Senses by Brad Olson, consummates the lifology story about where humanity originates. It is the lost continents, the primitive wisdom, the mythos of creation, and the rethinking of ancient history as we are taught in academia. There is much more to the story than what we have been told. As this is the first book in the Esoteric series, Modern Esoteric starts at the beginning of time and accelerates up to this modern age. Future Esoteric is book 2 in the series and takes a forward-looking position ahead of today with an open and honest examination of the ET issue and various unexplained phenomena. To discover the writings of author Brad Olson, visit www.bradolson.com. That's www.bradolson.com. Named one of the world's greatest psychics, Elizabeth Joyce is now giving readings worldwide via Skype. Elizabeth Joyce is recognized for her clairvoyant ability to help find missing persons, her analysis of dreams, past life regression work, mediumship, and her accurate predictions. Elizabeth has been a frequent guest on the X-Zone radio show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, now for several years. For an appointment with Elizabeth Joyce, call 201-934-8986 or Skype at elizabeth.joyce. And for more information, you can always visit Elizabeth Joyce online at www.new-visions.com. Welcome back, everyone. The topic of the hour is astrology, and our special guest is Gabriella von Elekes. And can you tell us a little bit about the Arizona Society of Astrologers?
Absolutely. It is one of the oldest one in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And actually it was born, so to say, in 1973. It has the largest membership in the country. When I still lived there were about 168 members. Mind you, not everybody came out at the same time, but we always had a big crowd there. And we always have very well-known astrologers as speakers. There are some local ones who live there and then who support the ASA in short. And they also have these half-hour free classes in astrology before the meeting, and they are held once a month.
Fascinating.
So it's a really great place to get together for the those interested in astrology, whether they are beginners or seasoned professionals. Everybody's welcome.
Let me ask you something. As an astrologer, when Pluto was declassified as a planet, did this affect the astrological charts?
Not really. I mean, no matter what you classify it, when you have a Pluto transit, you feel it.
I see.
So no, it didn't change anything. And we were asked actually that question many times, and especially the quote-unquote scientists, they kind of made fun of us. Yeah, and now that it's no more a planet, then what do you do? Well, you feel it when it hits, so to say.
As an astrologer, I'm sure that you're constantly comparing world events and taking the world events now, looking at the stars to see what is going to be happening. Can you tell me why there is so much violence in the world today?
There are two things going on here. One is the world, and then it's the United States. Mm-hmm. And when we look at the chart of the United States, we do work with the July 4th of 1776, even though they say, it came about before, but that is what is known. And when you look at that, you see it. First of all, I have to say that when the song says that God bless America, God bless them, and I do have to say it's a blessed country no matter what.
Right.
But lately, there have been challenges, and it's, again, a Pluto thing. So whether it's a dwarf planet or a planet, it doesn't matter. We still felt it. And actually it started, with 9/11, when transiting Pluto was on the United States ascendant, which is like us. And since then, it created oppositions to the United States, Venus, Jupiter, and the Sun. And so that's one. Then the other planet that causes upheaval, it's Uranus. Mm-hmm. And that creates what we call a square that's 90 degrees. So, bottom line, Pluto and Uranus, when they are in not harmonious aspects, that means that there is a need for change. Now, mind you, we don't like changes because we would all like to be all settled in our nice ways.
Right.
But so that is one thing. And of course, there's worldwide, but in the United States, it really hit home. The other thing that is going on with the United States, it will, letter by law, approach about 250 years of age, which is a Pluto return. In astrology, we deal with cycles, and for the planet Pluto, it takes approximately 248 years to go all around the sun. As a human being, we don't live that long. As a country, though, of course, the country lives that long, so to say. And this will be the very first time that it will happen to the United States, since it's such a young country. And in about 2005, I wrote an article which was published in the EZnetNews, and it was exactly about this. And at the time, I did write the changes and the challenges that the United States will encounter. And one by one, it's happening, the border issues, because everything, when there is a return, then whatever happened at the inception of that entity, whether it's a country, whether it's a business, whether it's a person is born, or any other thing. Things that happen at birth, they'll